Atlas? Atlas, what is this? What are you on? Atlas, you just released Reload 3 weeks ago. We played Tactica less than 3 months ago. Metaphor is also coming out later this year. So what is this, Atlas? Wait. 80 hours of new content. What? Okay, so if you haven't heard by now, SMT5 is getting an updated version much similar to how Atlas re-releases the Persona games, this time called SMT5 Vengeance, and it's on all platforms. Finally, I don't have to play this game on a dying toaster oven. This version is of course going to be adding new story elements, new battle mechanics, and so on. Honestly, I'm kinda avoiding overanalyzing the trailer too much, cause to be honest, it's kinda overwhelming. Like, let's flash back a bit to a couple months ago when Atlas announced not one, not two, but 3 games during the Xbox showcase. As excited as I was also very overwhelmed, cause the human body is not equipped to be excited for more than one thing at a time. You know what that means? It means that when I first saw that first trailer of Persona 3 Reload, a remake of my favorite game of all time, I already peaked in terms of happiness. So when I later found out that Metaphor, a game Atlas has been teasing us with since 2016, was reaching its final stages of development, I felt nothing. No extra joy, no jumping around, no many heart attacks, nothing. The best I got was thinking, oh hey, there's that Atlas fantasy game they've been working on. Cool, but now since I finished Reload and the excitement for it has died down, I'm actually really excited for this re-release of SMT5, much more than I ever was with Metaphor. SMT5 was an incredible game, but it lacked a lot in the story department. I didn't really care much for what was happening half the time, and the characters were just so bland and boring. So here's hoping I at least actually like the characters this time around. The gameplay though, 10 out of 10. This game has one of the best combat systems in any game ever made, and they're adding more to it. Dear God help me. Here's a tip. If some jackass ever tries to convince you that turn-based combat is outdated or some shit, just slap this game in their dumb faces. You're welcome. You know what the problem is though? Atlas aren't the only ones bringing some heat this year. Seriously, this is gonna be one of the best years in gaming ever since the legendary year of 2017. Let me just walk you through all the good stuff already out and coming out later this year. Look at this shit. I've only played Reload so far by the way, cause that takes priority over anything else, but still. Look at this. We already got Tekken 8, one of the best fighters, which I'll plan to get very soon, purely just cause the character customization looks amazing. Yakuza 8, which I hear is also going to be long as fuck. I need to get around to playing that soon before I get spoiled on the story by someone. I'm still planning on making a bunch more videos on Persona 3 Reload, so I'll be playing that for a couple more months. And not to mention, Atlas is probably working on the Answer DLC, which if I had to guess will either be out by December or maybe early next year. Earlier this year we also got the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice collection. I've never played these games, but after playing the Phoenix Wright trilogy, I fell in love with them, so I just have to get this one too at some point. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink was a game that I was looking forward to 10 years ago. I don't know, I played the demo a bit and I just felt nothing. It looks great, but something tells me it isn't something particularly special. It's like that Lost Soul side game where you've been waiting for the game for so long that you just stop caring about it after a while. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming in less than a week. My journey with Final Fantasy VII has been a weird one. I plan to make an essay video about it someday, assuming I enjoy Rebirth. In short, I played the remake first. I hated it, thought it was boring, stopped playing, but then decided to play the original PS1 game 3 years later, and I freaking loved it. Shout out to CDogVA by the way, hearing him talk about the game convinced me to give it a chance. It still holds up today, even though the game is practically ancient by now. So here's hoping Rebirth actually surprises me. Hold up, I even forgot about this. In March we got Unicorn Overlord, another game by Atlas. Honestly, I might skip this one. Don't get me wrong, I like Vanillaware games, but they aren't a priority. Odin Sphere was a good game, kinda repetitive but still good. 13 Sentinels was also decent. Actually, my first video on this channel was reviewing that game, and the video sucks. Please don't watch it. At the time, I gave the game like an 8.5 out of 10, but honestly, I was being generous. I also didn't want people who loved the game to come for me. I don't give a shit now though. The game's like a 7 out of 10. There, I said it. Rise of Ronin, also coming in March. Team Ninja never misses with their action games, and Neo 2 is one of the best Souls-likes ever made. Wukong, released last year, was kind of a step backwards in terms of quality, I feel. So here's hoping they get back on track with this one. I'm expecting great things. Stellar Blade, a game I wasn't so excited for before, but after showing us some actual gameplay, nah man, this game looks amazing. At first, I thought it'd just be flashy and nothing else, but nah, it actually looks very fun. I'm expecting something like Nier Automata, but with actual, good gameplay, unlike that game. We finally got the Elden Ring DLC. Listen, knowing how big of a game Elden Ring is, this DLC is about to be a whole ass 100-hour game. I just know it. I've actually been playing Elden Ring very recently as I was waiting for Reload to come out. I started a new game, this time on the PS5, and I did everything there is to do in the game for a second time. I spent at least 400 hours on this game alone. The game is that good. 100% one of the best games ever made, and I can't wait to see what this DLC has to offer. It comes out in June on the exact same day as SMT5 though, so unfortunately Elden Ring is gonna have to wait a bit. There's also this Wukong game coming in October that I have on my wish list for some reason. I must have seen a trailer or something that I liked at some point, but my memory of it seems to have completely vanished for some reason. Oh, well, whatever. I trust my past self. I'm sure this is gonna be a good game. East 10 coming sometime in fall. I completely forgot about this as well. East 8 is among my favorite games of all time, and its sequel, East 9, was slightly underwhelming by comparison. So, East 10, it's all on you, buddy. Show us what you got. It looks like they'll be changing up the East formula this time around, which I'm glad for, because it was honestly starting to get kinda dull. Metaphor, of course, also coming sometime in fall. Honestly, if this and East 10 come out the same day, I might have to go with East 10. Metaphor will of course be the better game, I can guarantee that, but I'll probably be a bit burnt out from Atlas titles at the time. These last three we don't have a release window for, but they will probably be out by December at least. Saga Emerald Beyond looks very interesting. The art style looks very unique, which piqued my interest. I don't know a lot about the Saga series. I played a bit of Romancing Saga at one point, but was very confused on how this game works. Here's hoping this game has an easier learning curve. Anima, Song from the Abyss, is the third entry in a very underrated action RPG series. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and I'd really like it if this game puts more eyes on the series. If you haven't played the first game and the side game that comes with it, please give them a chance. If you like action games, I promise you won't be disappointed with this one. And finally, we got Hades 2. The first Hades is one of the most technically impressive games that I've ever come across. From the outside looking in, the game seems simple enough, but the more you play, the more you discover the complexities lying beneath. If Hades 2 is just more of the same, I'll be all for it. Whew, and that's everything. If I missed anything, let me know. Holy Mother of God, to quote my man Junpei,
"This is gonna be a fun year, I can feel it."
Now, can you imagine how my top 10 games of 2024 list is gonna look like? It's going to be freaking 10 out of 10s all across the board. I think this is what my schedule is going to look like. I'm 100% not going to have room for all of these games, and I still want to play some of the games I missed out on last year, like Baldur's Gate and FF16. Here's hoping I get around to all of them, and for this year to be the best year for gaming of all time. Sorry for this mess of a video. I just wanted to make something relatively quick, not actually go into detail into all the games. But I ended up rambling as usual. Hope you enjoyed either way though. And let me know what games you're most excited for this year. Consider subscribing if you're into what I do here. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.